Yes, people, welcome back to the Around the League show. It's been for time. We've missed y'all, but life be life, and sometimes, as Gianni is about to tell y'all from over there in Chicago, life be life, and sometimes.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When it
man.
rains, it pours. But when we have time, we make time for the people. So big up everyone who's joining. Big up to Gianni. What you telling me, broski? You good, yeah?
Yeah. Finally Friday. Thank God. Tomorrow's the big Croatian fest in the neighborhood. So Gianni will be very drunk tomorrow. So hopefully should be a good weekend, man. So
I was drunk, like first time college kids away from home drunk, or some soldiers get back from deployment drunk, or somewhere in
man,
between.
it might be some soldiers getting back from deployment drunk because y'all brothers can drink.
Yeah, man. Listen,
I've
drinking
never been
and
I've never been more drunk in my life than partying with fucking military guys.
right
My
down.
my cousin is a Marine. My Uncle
Mm,
Jay's a Marine. For his wedding, we were drinking with the Jarheads for 2 days
yeah,
straight. Boy, that took a toll on the liver.
yeah. I can't drink with the jarheads. I can't drink with them. Like I would concede that them man, if there was a between Air Force, Army, Marines, Navy, right? Yeah, them jarheads, man, they will drink
No,
your blood.
y'all give them a close second.
Yeah, we
Y'all give
do.
them,
We
y'all
do.
give them, y'all give them a close second. And I actually do. I will say this: there is some Army bros that I grew up with that are Army
Mm,
brothers now that can outdrink some jarheads. I know some Army boys that can get down, but
yeah,
as a collective, yeah, the jarheads on average are the
yeah.
freaking
Yeah, they can drink, man. They get down, man. That's that. What's that? What's the name of that Bosnian moonshine? What was the name of it?
Slibovica.
Slivovica.
Slibovica.
Listen, hey Slivovica, you owe us some money because we just gave you free promo. But that sounds like a madness, but yeah, man. But big up to Gianni, man. We're here. Big up to is that Too Short Gooner said who the biggest shit, man. Probably Guns.
Yeah,
Probably
guns.
Guns. You streamed with Guns before, yeah?
Yeah, I've streamed on Guns show probably like 5-6 times.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest.
Yeah,
I've streamed with North, but I think Guns is the biggest as far as following that I've ever shared a screen with.
yeah.
But yeah, big you up, man. Big up to Chike. Can't wait for the Community Shield preview. Gonna test your baseball knowledge. Hey, go on with it, man. Go on
Man,
with it. You know that. And speaking of
baseball.
baseball, are we making the wild card or not?
Bro, at this point, just fire Aaron Boone's punk ass. Just
They
fire
fired
him.
him. They
Just,
fired him.
just
Because
fire.
if it was George, he would have been gone. But right now, it's looking kind of good for the wild card. And out there, I say we can make a run.
No, we ain't got the pitching for it.
Yeah, I think ALDS max. Yeah.
Even if we get to the series, if we made it to the World Series somehow, I don't see us beating freaking LA. If we get to the series and it's somebody else, then there's a conversation to be had. But
yeah,
as of right now, we're just throwing games away. So I don't know, man.
yeah, man. Big up to LFC Monster. Big up to RSV. Big up to DJ Sav. Love my G. And big up to the male thought that is Mateo in the building. Batty as shit and Jay-Z. But it looked like I thought Arsenal was the dumping ground for shit. It looks like Napoli is giving Arsenal a run for the. Hey, you get caught in the middle of this shitstorm.
Unbelievable.
Eddie and Sheila is Brenda. I don't think I've seen a more awkward center back in the Premier League. That guy, at one point, it was him and Disassi in Chelsea's back line. You know,
Bro, everything's wrong with that dude. That dude's jaw should be used as a jackhammer to chew up concrete with how strong that jaw is.
Yeah,
and then if you throw the hockey mask over him and the fucking mechanics one suit, he looks like the black Jason Voorhees. I don't know what the hell we're doing inside of this guy, dude. He's a fucking bum.
Yeah, man, that's
and Gabby Jesus. The good thing is Gabby Jesus doesn't want to take a pay cut, so we may not get him. So we may only have to deal with one stupid signing, but yeah, man, no, that baddie is shield signing, bro. That man, I don't know what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around that one at all. Amazon FC loaded down in Merseyside. Is that what's going on? Like the Liverpool fan base are getting kind of gassed over the links to Mr. Bezos. Too soon?
I don't know. We'll see. Because from what my understanding is, from what DiMarzio said, is Bezos isn't looking for partial. He's looking for a complete takeover. So I don't know. If it does come in, then I get worried because now you got somebody who's got unlimited cash.
So what do we know about Jeff, though? What do we know about Jeff Bezos as a person? Like, what do we know about him as a
cheapskate motherfucker?
Right, that's it. That man with the bottom line, he would light $100 bill to look for a quarter in the dark.
You damn right he would. You damn right he would.
So Bezos, I guarantee you, if a Liverpool fan ran into Jeff Bezos in the street right now and say, "Hey, how many Champions Leagues does Liverpool have?" He's gonna be like, "What's the Champions League?"
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he is not going. He's like these type of men, these type of brothers. They're not involved in your club because they care about winning. You know what I'm saying? They just how much money can I get up out of this thing? You know, what's my ROI? What's my this? What's my that? So that's what I'm saying. Hey, could be too soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gianni, hey, don't disrespect Gianni like that. ESPN need to up their game because ESPN, you got to say Gianni's like the ESPN, Fox, and all that shit put together. You know what I'm saying? Because ESPN just be out here, you know, running a madness.
Yeah, they be saying some wild shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, don't hold back, man. Don't hold back. Just make sure you drink like some fruit juice, like a big glass of fruit juice before you go binge. Yeah, eat a lot of fruit. Take my experience for it, my friend. Just don't go drinking.
Don't go drinking on an empty stomach, please.
Yeah. So make sure you eat, but make sure you drink right before you go binging. Mm-hmm. Drink you a pineapple juice, real juice, not the shit that's, you know, trust me, it helps. Navy is the gay brand. Well, every branch got him now, you know. Every branch got him now, but I would say, yeah. So that's what they're known for. The Air Force are known for the prettiest chicks. The Army is somewhere in between, and the jarheads are like the indestructible. Yeah,
yeah,
you know,
nut jobs.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
You guys are the most level-headed.
Yeah, we get caught in there, but somewhere between. But the SEALs are a part of the Navy, and SEAL Team 6 is nothing to be fucked with. I'll say.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I've never trained with SEAL Team 6. I've trained with SEAL Team 3. You know, and then them boys weren't nothing to be fucked with. So yeah,
all them SEAL teams ain't nothing to mess with.
Yeah, man. I mean the Navy. All right, but broski,
oh man,
who is the bigger Jagoff, Aaron Boone or Brian Cashman?
Aaron Boone.
See,
Cashman's doing his job. The problem is the kids ain't what the father was. That's the problem.
And I'm disappointed in Cashman because he was supposed to be the bridge, you know, to force these little privileged. They say talent skips a generation. I think the next generation of Steinbrenners will, you know.
I wouldn't be shocked if they sold the team.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if the kids sold the team to somebody.
I can see it because I mean, even the Lakers sold this week.
Yeah, that was a shock.
So the
that was
Buss family. You know what's really going on? Yeah, that brother there. We'll see just how much money he can get out of Liverpool Football Club. And so it's been confirmed that 30% new consortium have managed to get with a possible future takeover, not just Bezos.
Yep.
So who's that? Zuckerberg?
No, Zuckerberg's partner, the other guy.
Oh, okay, the other
I
guy.
believe is the other one.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
No, it's a whole thing. We'll see what happens with that. So
yeah, man. Big up to Hendo. Hope Endo help you good, my G. But yeah, some research company in the USA said we got about 28 million fans in America. Get ready for that to explode in future years. Now this consortium. I'll tell you what, if Liverpool have mustered up 28 million, the Man City fan base over the past 8 years have grown massively across these United States. So, they might be bigger than Liverpool over here.
If you got 28 million fans in the United States, if you got 28 million fans in America, then that means Arsenal's got close to 100 million fans because you can't go nowhere in the United States and not see a damn Arsenal jersey. And it's before we won this year in Arteta. From the Wenger era, you could see an Arsenal jersey anywhere in this country.
Man. everywhere. Nah, I've never had this, Mateo. I've never had
I've
that.
had it.
I've never had it. Yeah,
I wrecked a Mercedes on that.
Damn.
I wrecked a Mercedes off that shit. That shit's strong shit right there.
Oh, man, I never had that. I have knocked over a whole block full of mailboxes on that Incredible Hulk shit back in the early 2000s. You remember the Hennessy and Hypnotic?
Yeah, Hennessy Hypnotic used to do some damage back in the day.
Damage. There's a whole strip in Chapel Hill that woke up one morning missing their mailbox. You know what I'm saying? Not at Tobacco Road where Duke and USC play. When I was stationed in North Carolina, bro, we used to go up there, college chicks, young soldiers, combustible when you mix it with that Incredible Hulk shit, man.
No, that Rocky, boy, I was in bad shape with that. I freaking crashed it. I freaking fell asleep behind the wheel, smoked an excavator. I hit the front end, the bucket for the excavator that does the digging on the back end of it. Hit that. The front end of my car got smoked. The airbags went off. I wake up. Don't remember how I got there. My buddy says, get out of the car and walk 2 blocks the other direction. They can't give you a DUI if you're not at the car, right? So I get out. He comes and picks me up. He's got his buddy who's got a tow truck business to come and get the car out before I get in trouble. Bro, I completely forgot I had 2 guns in the car.
People do that to you,
man, come on, man. You're freaking loaded like this and you got that shit in the car. What the hell is going on?
That's mad. Big up to RSV. I say Canada's mostly United fans. Yeah, I do know that, but USA is literally, brother. Even when I used to go up to Charlotte. I had a preseason game against Fiorentina. They played at the Carolina Panthers Stadium in Charlotte, and that stadium holds 60,000. And there might have been 5,000 Italians in there, but that shit was red and white, lit it up in preseason. This was in 2017 when I was stationed there. So and this is why when United, when they both do their United and Arsenal do their preseason tour, they always go down to SoFi. I think they just need to do a better job of separating Arsenal fans over here, United fans over there, because they mix it all together and it doesn't create the same atmosphere. But
Liverpool would have a consultant that would fix that. Liverpool was in Chicago this year for some preseason games.
Yeah, I saw them playing Wrexham and that out there. Shit. Big up the Blacks. Big up, man. Big up to Cooper.
I forgot who it was. Somebody did a street interview of one of the Liverpool guys, and they were like, "Oh, have you tried Harold's?" They're like, "No, we want to try it, but the best one's in the hood." I'm like, "Don't go there, man. This ain't Liverpool. Don't go down there to that Harold's, man."
Yeah, don't do it. Oh, do not do it. Hey, man, big up to Cooper. Like and subscribe. And Gianni's channel is pinned in the description, man. Big up. So, bro, I look across the spaces, man, and I heard Chelsea gave Man City a deadline for Enzo. But like, hey, bid at 5 p.m. Like, what's Chelsea? Does Chelsea know that Man City are bigger than them?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Man City can put 10 league titles on the table, and it's not like Chelsea can be like, we're your champions. They got one of them too. You know what I'm saying? Like Pep by himself. Matter of fact, Phil Foden has as many league titles as Chelsea's entire history. He's got 6 Premier League titles. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So like when I heard that story and I'm like, Chelsea set a deadline for 5 p.m. I'm sitting there like, do these men know that they're looking up? Like Manchester City are bigger than you, lot. That's Enzo to Man City. Did it make any sense to you?
No. Enzo, I don't think Enzo goes because what's been the latest on Rodri? Because the last I saw, Rodri was in the airport on his way back to Manchester.
Yeah.
So
you know what?
If he's not going to Barcelona, then there's no point of going after Enzo. There's no point of going after Enzo, period. I think he's overrated as shit. I don't think Enzo Fernandez is that good of a player, to be quite honest with you.
You know what? One of the reasons why I think Maresca is a madman, that if Rodri is leaving and the guy that you want to replace him with or throw in the midfield is Enzo, I'm like, brother, you must be off your rocks. Because I think Elliot Anderson is a signing for the future to meet English quota. Like this Enzo guy winning World Cups is meant to be it. But as far as the Rodri thing, right? What's a better footballing fit for him, Barcelona or Madrid?
Madrid.
For Rodri. You think he's better footballing sense, makes more sense to go to Madrid?
For him, yeah, because he's going to do exactly what he wants to do. With Barcelona, when you look at the way Hansi Flick plays, the sixes have to go further up, which then potentially leaves more room for that back line to get attacked. Look at how they played against Atletico in the Champions League, where Pedri and I forget who the kid was lining up. I think it might have been even De Jong was the six in that. De Jong always finds himself a little bit too far up to where that back line gets exposed. You know, Rodri's defensive capabilities is better for Barcelona to protect that back line, but to ask him to get him so much more involved in the offense, the way Flick likes to just go everybody gung-ho and attack, I just don't see it fitting. Whereas Jose, Rodri's basically going to be told, listen, sit in front of the defense, control the whole game, and I don't need you going forward because we should be getting enough goals with the guys that we have ahead of you. So Rodri, as far as what he needs to do as far as just controlling the game, I think he fits better with Real. With Barca, if Barca has one of those games where they can't score, as we have seen that they can have, and now you're asking Rodri to get involved more, how many more goals is that back line going to give up? They still haven't made that back line any better. So I personally think Rodri's defensive capabilities is better for Barcelona, and it's what Barcelona needs to potentially try to win. But I think for Rodri to get the best out of his game with how Mourinho or Flick plays, I think he actually works better with Mourinho than he does with Flick.
You know, for some, I think he would fit better at Barcelona because they keep the ball better than Madrid.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying for that, that's the reason why he works with Barca. But Barca's offense, if it gets stagnant, that's where he becomes out of position, where they're going to ask him to go more forward. See, with City, he's got some memorable goals, but they're mostly either top of the box goals or outside the box goals. You know what I mean? Rodri's not one of them, is what they call nowadays them box crashing defensive mids. He's strictly sitting back there. If he's going to shoot from outside the box, that's more likely of where you're going to get the goals from. He fits Barcelona what they need to protect the back line. But I think his playing style, I think Madrid's going to be possession-based as well this year. I don't think Jose Mourinho's walking into this talking about we're going to play pragmatic, because you know them Madristas will get on his ass if they start playing shit football. So that's why I think he works better with Madrid.
You know, I think, especially in the Champions League, I think Madrid are so desperate to win another Champions League, because we're talking about Barcelona going on 10, 11 years without winning a Champions League. It seems to be a bigger crisis that Madrid is going 3 years without it.
It's only been 3.
And you know what I mean? So in crisis mode, I think they will tolerate a certain level of football from Jose. Because I've seen Jose play blistering, counter-attacking football while he was at Madrid, where it would, even though they would average, or you at the end of the game, you look at the stat sheet, 38% possession, Madrid, but they won the game 4-0. Because every time they got the ball and went forward, it looked like, you know, they were threatening. Even further along after Jose, I think it was Zidane who was coaching them at the time. Whatever year that was when Benzema won the Ballon d'Or. Like that most of that season looked like they were playing counter-attacking football when Vinny were number 20. And they
was
were
it
just
Zidane? No, that was Ancelotti. That when Benzema won the.
What year was it? Was it 2021?
I think it's the first. The first double that Ancelotti won.
Yeah, whenever that year was, I remember them playing some blistering counter-attacking football. You know what I mean? Those cutbacks, Benzema always on the top, wide open, picking each side of the goal, whoever he wanted to score. So they are one of them teams that make counter-attacking football just look brilliant. They be like, okay, have the ball, but when we get it, we're going to go score. Or, at the minimum, create a big chance. But anyway, I just, for some reason, I do think if Rodri, whichever one, if Rodri goes to Barcelona, they're three-peating. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna win the Liga.
Yes.
But I've heard Gareth Bale literally come out in a press conference and be like, hey, Real Madrid is Champions League bus. If we win La Liga, we win La Liga. So I think they will forego, even if they feel that slipping away, they will still be like, hey, we still have to win the Champions League. You know
that's their trophy.
That is.
That's their trophy.
Chelsea was looking for 120, so City put 100 euros instead.
I don't even see why this guy is worth that much money. He's not that fucking good. Are you an Enzo fan like that? Because I don't think the guy's that good of a player, if you ask me.
I don't. I was listening to a bunch of fans this morning argue about where he ranks in Premier League midfielders, and I was the names they were naming off. I was like, I don't know. They have a case, They were like, because the Chelsea fan on the panel was saying he is definitely top 5, but then they listed 5 midfielders, and even he had to concede, be like, nah, maybe he's top 7. And then they named 3, 4 midfielders, and then it became. I'm like, yeah. So if he's
not top 15 in my opinion.
If he ranks there, the only reason why Chelsea are putting 120 on him because it's the safe face because they paid 100 and something for him, and he's under like a death row contract. You know what I'm saying? But the World Cup tax, that shit ran out. The World Cup winner. That shit ran out. There's a whole new set of champions right now. Chique said he'll take Enzo. He would never take Enzo Fernandez. He's a hothead. We don't need him sent off in the Champions League match or a high-profile Premier League match. Yeah, I mean, part of the discipline thing was, him, and he was the coach that he's going to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even think it's got anything to do with him being a hothead. I just think he's shit. If we're being honest, right? He's not better than Gravenberch. He's not better than McAllister. He's not. This may be controversial for some people, but I don't think it is. He ain't better than Salbaslai.
He ain't better than Bruno G. You know what I'm saying?
He's not better than Bruno G. He's not better than Declan Rice. I don't think he's better than Tonali.
What is he? What do you see him as? A 6 or 8?
He's an 8.
CM?
He's a more attack-minded 8. He's basically an 8 that wants to be a 10, but doesn't have the skills going forward to be an all-out 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the price. Chelsea just trying to make their money back because they don't have to sell him, right? Because they have him on some crazy contract. But speaking of crazy contract, are you ready for some? Because I'm ready for the transfer sagas to end and transfer madness to end. It looks like it's going to be another deadline day fiasco. Like deadline day has become a thing now, become a whole spectacle, and it seems like Sky Sports is just lapping this shit up. It seems like we're not gonna sign anyone else between now and deadline day, bro. You ready for Rashford on deadline day?
Bro, don't speak that into existence, man. It's the second time that you said this to me. They're
just scared to tell us. They just don't want to tell us yet.
I don't think we're signing nobody.
If they announce him now, it looks like he was planned out, and they don't want it to look. They want it to look like Sterling in 2024 all over again. When it's an opportunity presented itself. That contract could already be signed. They just waiting to fax that shit, and it just happened.
Can you imagine in this day and age that he walks in tied as the highest paid player at Arsenal if we get him?
Yeah.
Why?
Might be a loan though.
Even with a loan, you got to pay it.
Yeah, well, the Arsenal ain't gonna pay it. They'll probably pay half, like what Villa paid half or whatever the deal was. But yeah, that is. It doesn't run. That does not run well at all. Him and Havertz being hell no. Our 2 biggest rivals got
honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Havertz make some appearances as a left winger this year if we don't make any other signings. Would not be shocked by it whatsoever.
Is he starting on Sunday or Saturday?
You know he is.
Yeah. Think you start?
He is. He's either going to be in the midfield. I'm willing to bet right now it's going to be Bruno G, Lewis Skelly, and Havertz in the 3.
No, he has to start Odegaard. This is his captain. It's the community shield. He's going to start the captain. I know he's starting.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe we see Odegaard and Havertz in the midfield with Bruno G, and he leaves Skelly out.
Havertz in the midfield for a 4th year. I don't think I have the stomach for that.
I don't have the stomach for Havertz to be on the team, let alone to see him on the field. So like, I don't even think he should be at the team anymore, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like we're stuck with them. He loves them for some reason. Like I think Odegaard and Havertz are Mikel's adopted children. I think when he got Win the dog, he also signed paperwork to go along with Havertz and Odegaard.
Matt, Roger will be fine at Barca. They always have goals in them. Spanish Gabby Jesus, Lamine Yamal, goal status. Yeah, I think if he does go there, he is fucking just slap right
If
in
he
there.
if he goes there, it's Champions League or bust for Barcelona at that point.
Mm. Is
Because
this true?
if you get Rodri with how bad that defense is and it doesn't fix up, then there's no hope for Barcelona to win another freaking Champions League for a while.
Oh, okay. Fair shot. Did you see Mourinho in this documentary say he nearly took over United from Ferguson, but chose to go back to Chelsea instead? So that was what? He went back to Chelsea in what, 2014?
2013, 2014 season, I believe. Because 2012, 2013 was when United won with Van Persie.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember
That's the
correctly.
last title. Yeah, that's the last title.
So then 2013, 2014 was when.
Oh, so the Van Gaal year. So they instead of Van Gaal, he said, okay.
No, not Van Gaal. It was Dunfuck from Everton. Yeah, Moyes.
It was Moyes and
that man was old. David Moyes is like the white version of Morgan Freeman. He's been old as long as I can remember. You know.
Yeah. He was born old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Morgan Freeman. The first time I ever seen him in a movie, he was old. It's like, damn,
old. Bro. Yeah. 30 years later, you're like, brother. Yeah, man. Madrid can get away with playing counter-attacking in football because there's no competition.
Nah, bro. Them fans will get on them if it's that.
No, but the thing is, as when they do go forward, as long as they get fans off them seats.
Yeah, true. But even remember, they were still conflicted with Mourinho, even with all the goal scoring.
Yeah. Counter-attacking football won't work in the Prem. We've seen with Man United trying to win league, we're playing that style of football on the but these fuckers aren't. That team that Jose had was never nowhere near a league title, and the other managers aren't league title winning managers still.
What, that Chelsea team when
United with Ole. When Jose was at United. So that was
that team was bullshit.
Yeah.
That team was BS.
Yeah. Big up to Joins. Big you up, my G. Hope you are good. So, bro, out of the top 6 teams, right? From the traditional top 6, big 6, whatever. Who's gotten better? Who's gotten worse? And who has stayed the same?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like we can start with us and work our way down. Like first place finishes.
I think we're better because of Bruno G. I think we're better, but it's like not by much. Because I personally, I don't know, man. I'm not. Bruno G makes me think that we're going to win the league. What doesn't make me think we win the league is Arteta's rotation habits.
Or his lack thereof.
Yes, I think the injury bug is what is going to prevent us from going back to back. If he learns to rotate, then I think we should be winning this title pretty easily this year. Really, when you look at it, I think the only team that's gotten better is, well,
you think City has gotten better, worse, or stayed the same?
No, City's gotten worse. City's gotten a lot worse. City's gotten a lot worse.
Even with Rodri staying, because I think he goes though. But since as of now, he's still a Man City player.
I think Liverpool. It's hard to say because Liverpool. I'm with you. I don't know if Iraola is ready to take over that big club. Like if Iraola went to like an Everton or like an Aston Villa, if like Unai Emery left and was there for like 2 years, I think then he may be ready to go and take over a Liverpool. But honestly, I don't know. United, I think United's gotten better. I think Tielemans is a big improvement in the midfield. The thing for me, though, with United is they still don't have a number 6. So I don't know. I think United's kind of like – I think United's gotten better. I think we've gotten better. Liverpool is really more so down to what the manager is going to do because I don't think they've gotten that much better. Spurs, people are going to say they've gotten better, but I'm not as convinced with Spurs as other people are. I really don't see what people are talking about with them.
I think they've gotten better. I think Spurs have gotten better just by hiring this Derby and this year everyone has a preseason. Remember, a lot of managers last season didn't get a every manager for every Big Six club had a preseason. So the preseason, the lack of preseason excuse will not run for any Big Six team or Villa. Yeah. So all the teams got their preseason in. So whoever starts slow will have whatever to blame, but it won't be a lack of preseason because everyone has one.
Yeah.
RSV said he thinks City has regressed. Liverpool are the same. United just slightly better. Are they? United slightly better because
I think Tielemans walks into that midfield to make the midfield better, but they still don't have a number 6. That's what worries me with United, to where I think United might be not in the top 4 this year.
Yeah, I think Spurs got better too, man. I do.
They got better, but it's like, here, okay, Mateus Fernandez, the question is, are you possibly going to go 3 for 3 for relegation?
Mm-hmm.
Because you were 85 million, that ain't worth a shit. I don't know why they spent 85 million on him. There were better midfielders to look at than him. Tonali 100% makes the team better. But outside of Tonali, let's start looking at everything else. Jed Spence, as bad as it is way better than Destiny Udogie. Way better than Destiny Udogie.
Isn't it though? Because I don't rate Spence.
I don't rate Spence either, but Destiny Udogie ain't that good either. I mean, you're asking which pile of shit smells better at that point.
You see that damn Jed Spence. I remember when he played for Forest and played against us in the FA Cup, or they knocked us out the FA Cup or the League Cup, but we had played in that white kid, that anti-knifing. That's the game that made his career. And Conte, when he came to the club, Conte was like, I don't want him, and send him out somewhere.
Yep.
I don't think he's top anything, man. I think Spence, but I think my hot take, you know, because I do the shoe with views and Hussam and Flawless. And I gave him a part of the hot take for Hot Take Fridays last Friday from Kingston. I may have been too high, but I said it. Yeah. And I said Spurs are going to finish above one of the top 6 teams this year. Like, they won't be the worst of the lot.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. And I'm going to reveal who I think it is. Spurs will finish above one of the Big 6 clubs. Promise you they will, with their one game a week ass. You know what I'm saying? Because the only reason why United finished 3rd is because they had the luxury of playing one game a week against 9 teams who were in Europe. 9 teams out of Premier. That's damn near half the league, you know. So 18 times last year when United was taking the pitch, they were taking the pitch against a team who just either just played in Europe or had an eye on Europe Wednesday or Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They don't have that. They're going to be that team now. One game a week is going to work well for Chelsea, and it's going to work well for the Spurs. Because some of their better players are injury prone, like Madison and Kudus and Kulusevski.
See, that's the reason why I don't think Spurs is really going to be finishing all that high. Because for me, the key person is James Madison. If Madison could play half a fucking season, then maybe there's something there. Once you remove James Madison from the equation, what do they really have going forward? Kudus has never been a goal scorer. Big up Lawrence. Kudus has never been a goal scorer. Kulusevski's never been a goal scorer. You're telling me that Roberto De Zerbi is going to work this masterpiece with Solanke and Richarlison as the striker still. That's where I don't. Huh?
Goes by committee. They don't need much from Solanke, and they can. I think he'll give them 10.
They're going to need. Okay, but where are the rest of your goals going? You're telling me Xavi Simons is going to light shit up? I'm still not a believer in him either.
Nah, he's ass. But yeah, we have seen okay. De Zerbi, Iraola, Carrick. Rank those 3 managers for me. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
De Zerbi, Iraola, and Carrick.
People ain't gonna like this. De Zerbi's 1.
Supposed to like it.
De Zerbi's 1.
Exactly.
Iraola's 2. Iraola's 2, and Carrick's 3.
And that's what I'm saying. Out of all those 3 managers, I think he's the best one. And he is the only one of those 3 with the luxury of one game a week. The other 2 have never managed in the Champions League for big clubs. The 2 biggest clubs in England are in the hands of these 2 guys who've never managed in Europe before. And I think that will work well for De Zerbi. You know what I'm saying? So it's at the end of next season. They won't win shit, but they're going to be looking and looking down at either one of the big six there, but it ain't gonna be us. You know what I'm saying?
It's not gonna. I don't think Spurs. See, I think Spurs. Man, I really don't know if I agree with you on that. I think the one to look at dependent is going to be, actually there's two. It's City, it's United and Liverpool are the two to look at potentially to do that, because Liverpool's offense should be good, but what I'm questioning is how are you going to put everything together when Isak and Ekitike are both healthy? Now, like if you're going to go with two strikers, for example, how do you set the rest of the team up? If you're going to go with two strikers with the guys that you have that are currently there is what my interest turns into. Like, are you going to try a 4-4-2 and throw Verts on one wing and Szoboszlai as the other wing and make them more like inside tens and keep Allison and Gravenberch to maybe go like that and go 4-4-2? Because if I could see that potentially working, because now you got two just straight ballers up top that can score a bucket load of goals. With United got the reality check. And the funny thing is, I'm not seeing these loud ass United fans talking crazy. Is we were told there was a 300 million pound war chest coming in, and that because PSR was getting wiped away, we get to do what we want. We're Man United and all this. And all I'm seeing is Yuri Tielemans. Now, if Yuri Tielemans is the answer to replace Casemiro, fuck, they may be in the Conference League next year if that's the case. So United and Liverpool are the two that I'm waiting to see what happens. What worries about me with Spurs, looking at it from a Spurs perspective, is my personal opinion, I think Jed Spence is better than what they have to offer on the left-hand side as far as a left back. And you need to score goals, and the ones that they're looking for is Savio and Gakpo. Now, I don't know if anybody hasn't seen shit, but you need a striker or guys that know how to score if Savio's going to work, because he's not a goal scorer. Savio's one of those guys that may score 5 goals, but he'll get you 11, 12 assists. But he needs a striker to score goals. Richarlison's too busy at the bird zoo for him to do anything on the pitch, and Solanke I just don't rate. So I don't know. I think maybe you could be right about, you know what? You may be right about United with that. You could be right if it's United who you're saying with that. I just don't know. Don't.
Yeah. And the thing, RSV, the one game a week thing is such an early analysis, but the reality is at high levels of football, there were times when Man United went 2 weeks without playing.
Yeah.
With a whole 2 weeks, at the highest level of football, when you have guys playing every 3 days, that late in the season, rhythm isn't only a thing. Fatigue sets in.
Yep.
And they were able to
mental fatigue even more than physical.
Yeah. For example, I'll take you back to 2017, right? When Jose won the league with Chelsea in 2015. 2016, the team quit on him. They just quit. They stopped playing and finished 12. Then Conte come in. They finished 12. They had no Europe. And everybody else was playing Europe. They were putting fresh legs on the pitch. They had Victor Moses looking like a world beater with 1 game a week. The following season, when Victor Moses and them men were in Champions League, Chelsea turned shit. And they haven't been nowhere near a league title.
He got loaned to Spartak Moscow half through the league because he was so shit.
I tell you. But he was looking like a world beater on that. Him and Marco Alonso, or what was his name? It
was Marcos Alonso, yeah.
Yeah. Them two. We're looking like world beaters. You know, give me Munoz from Palace for 25 mil to pay.
I agree with that. So I
think the jury's out on Frimpong. He's the wing back, isn't he? He's a winger.
He's a winger. He is not his defensive skills are not all that. He's just so fast that if a ball's wide open, he's going to beat you in a race to go get it.
Yeah. And that's the thing
with Liverpool. Liverpool's defense is dog shit and super suspect. Like, you got Araujo. I'm sorry, you should have been in the market to go get Konsa for 60 million pounds. Yeah. Konsa's way better than what Araujo's been for 2.5 years. Unless Araujo goes back to what he was under Xavi, Araujo's not going to be anything different. He's going to be a Brazilian version of fucking Christian Romero at Liverpool. The guy ain't that good of a center back. So for me, I'm looking at like Liverpool defensively just looks god awful. Completely healthy, it's a different story.
And you know what? I'm glad that's a great segue too, right? Because I know you've seen these Gerald Kwanzaa talks and these Gerald Kwanzaa links. My head almost exploded. I'm like, wait a goddamn minute. When did he leave Liverpool? It was just last year, or the year after they won the league. The year after they won the league. So yeah. So if he is so damn good, why aren't Liverpool? Because Liverpool's defense is in more need than ours.
I said this to several group chats that I'm in asking me this. They were asking, what do you think about Kwanzaa? I go, if Liverpool sold him for pure profit to get all these guys in, the fuck we looking at him for?
Yeah. And I'm saying, like, this Kwanzaa, if Liverpool, they can forecast, they can plan. They didn't know that Van Dijk was going to get old. They didn't know that Konate was in the last year of his contract. So if this kid was of the level, why the hell would they sell him? And now they sell him, and we're supposed to buy him for. Come on, man!
And it's the same concept with what you said on the Bruised Banana when you said the Bruno G's brought in, and you should be bringing. That's hilarious. Yeah, we should be bringing Skelly in as the ultimate replacement for the 8 position for long term. That's what you would think. Like with what you're saying with Van Dijk, that like a young kid for Kwanzaa, if he's really this good, should have been held on to eventually take the place of Van Dijk. And if he's not, why are we looking at him? We're the Premier League champions. We're supposed to be looking at the big time, not leftovers again.
Yeah. The squad is worse, but that's the thing. They don't need a squad because they're only playing Premier League and domestic games. You know what I mean? So why Liverpool have to rotate? Why United have to rotate? Because now United, when you can no longer play Bruno full 90 minutes, you got Real Madrid Tuesday night.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's gonna they don't have to worry about Ekatike. He's recovering. The thing is, I think Iraola I don't think he's gonna do the 4-4-2 thing. I think he's gonna pick one and play one. And I think the club, for return on investment on Isak, they're gonna choose to play Isak because they can sell him.
You think they try to do what Newcastle did the one year and they throw Isak as the left winger? If they go that route?
I don't think they're getting the best out of Isak if they play him left winger.
I don't think they will either. I'm just simply saying, do you see I could see a world where Isak gets thrown on the left wing and Wirtz is on the right, and like the 3 remain as Gravenberch, McAllister, and Szoboszlai, but it'll be like an inverted 4-3-3 to where Isak's basically just going to be, he starts out at the wing, but he's basically central the whole time playing as another striker.
Yeah. I could. Iraola is tactically astute, they say. The problem is he has to navigate this at a very higher level that he did at Bournemouth, because at Bournemouth you could try to figure it out. Because imagine at Bournemouth, you could start the season on 5 draws. Draw your first 5 games at Bournemouth, no one cares. Let him not win. Yeah, you start, if you just the first 5 games before the international break. If he's only on 2 wins, a loss, and 2 draws,
it's going to be hot.
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Yep.
Murmurs start. Lawrence, I think you have seen you made a whole video on this. Right? Like
Bro, I went on a 40-minute rant. Disrespect. I got super disrespectful towards him and Betty and Chile. I called Gabby Jesus the blonde hair shit stain. I do not want him at my club. But again, the funny thing is, though, again, is to everybody who says, oh, why do you guys talk about the financials and everything else? This is why we can't go get people, because people got too comfy at Arsenal collecting crazy fucking salaries. This guy legitimately wants to get the same amount of money that Kevin De Bruyne is getting at Napoli. You want Kevin De Bruyne money, and you're not even worth Kevin De Bruyne's shoestring. What are we doing here?
But listen, we have seen worse players than him do well in Serie A. No, he's a better footballer than McTominay, is he not?
This is true, but he's never. Gabby Jesus is not worth 200-something thousand euros in 2026 a week. He's not, man. He ain't been healthy in God knows how long.
But it's only for 1 year, though, right? Because it's like an expiring NBA contract.
No, his contract expires with Arsenal for this year. He's trying to finesse a 4-year contract. He wants 4 years wherever he goes if he leaves.
Yeah, but he knows that Serie A don't pay London wages.
He's not
London,
budging.
Arsenal wages.
He's not. If you look at all of the actually good journalists like DiMarzio and everybody else when it comes to Jesus, he's not pushing back. That's why Napoli haven't even formally talked to Arsenal about prices and everything else. Arsenal are like, okay, yeah, we'll sell Jesus to you. And Napoli's like, cool, hold on to him. We got to get rid of 3 to 4 other players if he's not going to reduce his salary, which the likelihood of the 4 players that they're talking about ain't happening right now. So he may be stuck at Arsenal for the last year of his contract.
Yeah. The numbers dipped a little bit from Napoli to Gala. Was that injury? Was that Turkish league tax? What was that?
Injury for him.
Injury.
Yeah. I listen. I love Osimhen. I never wanted him to leave Napoli in the first place. I personally think that Osimhen for me would actually be better than Gyökeres in this team.
Speak on it.
One, he's better at the ball with his feet. He's better at running with the ball. He's better at running the ball. He's very good at defensive work as well. If you look at his energy in the press, he'll lead a press from the front and will cause turnovers and get into positions for quick goals. I mean, a lot of the goals that Napoli scored when we won the Scudetto with him as the striker, he was forcing a lot of turnovers in the middle. So I think Osimhen, for me, is probably the best striker for Arsenal. He's basically what we want. You know, everybody's talking craziness about Gyökeres, but as far as, he can't do this, he can't do that. Well, he never could do that. We brought him in under false pretense, if that's what you think he was going to do. We brought him in here to bag goals. If you want a striker that's going to do what Gyökeres can do as far as scoring goals, but also do Kai Havertz's work as far as picking spots out, movement in the box and all that, Osimhen's the guy to do it. So I would take Osimhen. Personally, I would get rid of Havertz and keep Osimhen and Gyökeres as the 2 strikers if you're going to really try to go back-to-back and try to push for the Champions League. So I like Osimhen a lot.
Yeah, so it'd be get rid of Jesus and add a Osimhen, not that Havertz, because we know Havertz is unsellable, and So,
but I don't think we would be able to afford Osimhen's what he would want for wages.
Whatever he's making at Gala now, I know we can match that or do better. Guys, I know Gala ain't paying him no 200-300. You know what I mean? But the Premier League champions is offering
when Galatasaray bought him from Napoli and Galatasaray had to go to 4 different banks in Turkey to guarantee that Gala would have enough money to be able to pay off Napoli for everything. Because they spent 75 million, but it was 45 million, and now it's 15 million. It's 10 million for the next 3 years. Galatasaray has to give Napoli because of how they structured everything with that. So that they didn't have the money like that. So he's definitely not getting paid there. But you can't tell me Osimhen, with what he did at Napoli, what he did at Lille, Wolfsburg, and Galatasaray, that he's not a better striker than Havertz. That's why I think he's walking in asking at least 200K coming through the door.
Yeah. Listen, Bertha's gonna have to communicate that with him. Listen, this guy Havertz contract was a blunder. You can't. We're not using this as the benchmark. That's like Donnarumma, like the owner of PSG was like, Donnarumma wanted money under the old pay scale that we had. If you want 200K as a goalkeeper, you got to go get that from Sheikh Mansour.
Yep.
Big up to RSVC. I think Santos and Sillemans were brought in to replace Cass, but they could end up signing another midfielder. Santos has looked decent, I can't lie. Now, Gianni, you have stated your likeness or that you rate Yuri Tillemans. Actually, you and I rate Yuri Tillemans differently, because I made a statement on the channel the other day when I said Yuri Tillemans is a right-footed Granit Xhaka.
Oh, that's a little harsh.
Yeah, that's what the chat. But I don't rate him like that. I don't.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because people forget that he was a part of that team that got relegated with Leicester. You know what I mean?
Was he, or did he leave on free to Villa?
He was a part of the crime scene. His DNA, his fingerprints were all over that motherfucker. Okay. And that Leicester team was good. That Leicester team
it wasn't a bad team. Yeah,
it had Jamie Vardy, albeit the old Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy was the lead in the line. They had Ndidi, which was decent.
Yep.
They had James Madison right next to him.
Yep.
They had James Justin and Ricardo Pereira at fullbacks at the time. They weren't chopped liver.
Yeah.
Now that Wout Fares, that David Luiz looking motherfucker, that he was a terrible center back. I don't know if you remember him. It was him and
you talking about Soyuncu, the Turkish
yeah.
Yes.
They had him. They had another guy named Fayez that looked like but that's the team that got relegated. I was like, that's why we almost got him on a free. That's right, because when they went down and he went to Villa, I was willing to take him on a free. Now him going, So that's what earlier when you said United gotten slightly better, I'm like, it's only Tielemans and that midfield is still slow as shit.
Yeah, see, Tielemans, I think Carrick should be going to a 4-3-3 this year and still allow Bruno Fernandes to float in the middle, which is what he's good at when he's in a 4-3-3. Tielemans for me is more of a possession-based midfielder, but like Santos and Tielemans are not going to do the dirty work that you need sixes to do when you need when has Yuri Tielemans ever been good at winning aerial duels? When has Yuri Tielemans has ever been good at winning the ball when you need to, when an actual number 6 is there to do the job? That's why I think you can't put, I was saying this to Shane, like when you look at Napoli, when Napoli let go of, you remember the little Brazilian guy, Alan, that went to Everton with Carlo Ancelotti?
Yep.
When we lost Alan, our midfield was Diego Demme, Zielinski, and Fabian Ruiz. All technical players. There wasn't enough physicality in that midfield for when you need those crunch time games to get to stick in a tackle, make a big tackle to help out the defense and everything else. It's all fine and pretty to be all these technical players, but once you still need some grittiness. And I don't think there's enough grittiness in that Manchester United midfield on the defensive side of things. Yeah. Like it's like even when United at their best, you had Paul Scholes and you had Keane, but both of them had some grittiness in them in order to do the defensive work when needed to. I don't see that with the guys United's got.
Yeah, that's bad. Now, LFC Monster, if it eventually worked out for Arteta, I got confidence Iraola can substitute. But how long did it take Arteta? Now, are you ready to stomach
how much
that?
Money?
What I'm saying, yeah.
And how much money?
Remember, Arteta last year we were on $1 billion spent, $1 billion spent. Remember, you man did $500 million just last year. You know what I'm saying? And Iraola is not taking over a team from where Arteta took over when we had David Luiz and Mustafi and shit. You know what I'm saying? There is still world-class talent in this team.
Oh yeah.
So I promise you that he won't be here 6 years from now with an FA Cup to his name talking about, you know what I mean? Liverpool ain't got the stomach for that.
No.
Especially not in the social media era at all.
No.
Yeah, listen, this was some Brazilian to Brazilian hookup to invest some of the money back into Vuvell. Something. This stinks.
It was a finesse job right there.
Yeah, this stinks, bro. This is like, I remember when the war just started, and if anybody doesn't know anything about the Department of Defense, when it's wartime, as a commander, I can send a bill to Washington, D.C. for $400 million for gravel. They will approve that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when invoice would come in, talk about fraud, waste, and abuse. You know what I'm saying? So whoever, this was some money laundering, some crazy, I don't know how. And I don't know, I think the Kai one is more egregious because at least Jesus was part of the title charge. We were on the back of a title race. They just signed Haaland, won the damn treble, and not only did they think, oh, Havertz is the guy to bridge the gap, man, let's put him on 280.
When he was already on 265 at Chelsea and didn't do shit.
Oh my God! I don't think Chelsea could believe their luck. Who are the reliable journalists in football that are not Fabrizio? Brother, I don't even follow it.
Gianluca Di Marzio for me in Italy.
I don't follow any of it because I think it's just like mostly engagement farming between Fab and Ornstein and everyone. Like Fab will regurgitate the same tweet 4 or 5 times just to squeeze all the milk out of it. Like the Vinny thing, I think he stayed away from the Vinny thing, but every other one, man, he just update, bang, tweet, millions of retweets, and it's madness, man. Absolutely, yeah. I think he does have some journalistic pedigree, to be fair.
He does, but he sold himself out for stupid shit.
Yeah,
with all this stuff in the transfers now. So
yeah. Yeah, so I think RSV. I think the last episode I have timestamps in there. We went around each division and predicted our division winners. You know, for the NFL.
I got the Lions winning our division this year.
Yeah, I have us making the playoffs, but I don't think we're nowhere near.
Who, the Giants?
Yeah, I don't think we're nowhere near division. I think we're gonna get one of the wild cards. You know what I'm saying? I think John Harbaugh is gonna give us 9 wins. You know,
I think the Bears are about to get bitch slapped to reality.
I think I saw that Napoli got to sell their striker Lakaka if they want to bring in Jesus. Jesus Christ, man!
Lorenzo Luca's dog shit too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you imagine being 6'7" and you can't jump over a credit card?
Yeah, I remember.
I'm talking about laying down, not standing up credit card. I'm talking about laying down. You can't even jump over it. That kid's 6'7" for no fucking reason.
That's bad. You know who I was about to say can't jump over a dollar. You remember Zebo from Memphis Grizzlies, Zach Randolph.
Yeah, but he'll bully your ass out.
He was a bully down in the post.
Big folks.
Yeah. But yeah, listen, we're almost an hour in, people. Make sure that you're liking and subscribing and doing all them something there. Yeah. But Gianni, fair or foul on the basketball tip. Yeah, fair or foul.
Okay.
Are the Sixers the most hated team in the NBA right now?
Yes.
Fair statement, yeah?
Fair statement.
Yeah.
Listen, the Philadelphia 76ers is one of the most hated teams every single year in the NBA. Them getting LeBron just tipped the scale to where they are the most hated one now.
Yeah. So is Philly Nation, is the city of brotherly love ready for the circus that's coming to town? Because it's a circus. It's coming. They know what's happening.
Philly's a circus already, but
because LeBron, the bro ain't even living in Philly. He's living in New York and helicopter into the game back and forth.
He didn't learn from Kobe.
He didn't. And I'm sure. I'm sure Savannah's looking at this like, brother, I know aviation is safe, but what's safer is if you lower your volume of travel.
He's living in New York while he's staying in Philly.
Mm-hmm. So he's gonna practice and he's gonna fucking hop on the chopper Doppler and fly home every night to New York. That motherfucker, you can just join the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like Savannah could have been modeling in New York and do all the other shit for you. You know what I mean? Like Philly is an extension of New York any fucking way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know they've seen us take over that city during the playoffs. And LeBron ain't no different. We still gonna buy them tickets and crash out on the party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chika said the Rams and the Ravens will have their best defenses in the NFL, while the Bears will go, oh damn. The Bears will go 4-13 like they always do because they have the hardest schedule in the NFL playing the tough division. 4-13. Now there's no way in hell you can go 4-13. Now, I'm giving you, at worst, 8-9.
Oh, I got us. I have the Bears finishing 7-9 this year.
7-9, yeah?
7-9.
You mean 7-10?
Yes, 7-10. 7-10 is what the Bears will finish this year. I don't think 4-13. No, the Bears have had the hardest schedule before and haven't been that bad. So I'm not too worried about that. But if you look at the track record of the Bears always have a good year, then it's mediocre and then shit. So we'll see if Ben Johnson and everybody does what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, man. So the Cowboys are pretty much the Spurs of the NFL now. You know, that's what they are every year.
I hate that team. I hate that. Shout out to Gary. I like you, Gary. We're cool. But brother, how the fuck are you from Jersey and you're a damn Cowboys fan? This needs to be studied.
Oh, yeah, that's wild.
You should have been a Giants fan.
I should have.
I'm not saying to go be a Jets because shit, you got just as many problems with the Jets as you do with the freaking Giants.
Yeah, big facts. But yeah, listen. While we're on that, the last time we were talking about the schedule, right? The Christmas Day schedule of what we thought it was gonna be. And we've gotten it, man. Like we correctly called that it had to be Spurs coming to the Garden for Christmas Day.
Yep.
What I was looking forward to, I thought the NBA would have been smart and send the Sixers to Boston. I think that would have been a better matchup instead of having Boston play Miami. There's no real connection beef there. And I get the Sixers going home to LeBron going home to LA, but I think JB going back to Boston would have been a bigger game, no?
Yeah, but I think, but it's all about the ratings, man. It's all about the ratings, and LeBron going back to LA and everything, I think, is a bigger game than JB going to Boston at this point. I think they're so ready for like Philly and Boston's matchup throughout the season because of the divisional rivalry that they could look at and be like, you know what, it's going to be a massive game whenever we don't need to make it a Christmas Day game. We'll just space it out properly as far as that. I think they're trying to milk LeBron, especially now with this whole sale of the Lakers. They're definitely trying to milk anything they can get out of the Lakers because now everybody's going to be wondering what the hell's going to happen with them. Because this is, for those who are not the biggest basketball fans and maybe getting into it, the fact that the Buss family has completely let go of everything that they have with the Lakers is insane to me. Yeah. I didn't think that would ever happen.
What I would have done, I would have sent the Heat to Milwaukee. I would have sent Giannis ass back to Milwaukee, and I would have sent, for the Lakers game, I would have sent Dallas, the Mavericks, to LA, and I would have sent the damn Sixers home to Boston. You know what I'm saying? Because I really think Jaylen Brown he has an axe to grind. You know what I mean? Especially now when the whole media landscape is looking at him like, bro, you were in Boston, a comfortable number 2, a 1B, if you will, maybe even not even number 2. And then you go to Philly, where you're damn near number 4. Right, whose team is it? The Sixers. Whose team is it?
LeBron's.
Over Embiid, yeah?
Embiid is about to be quiet for the first time in his life for a season because he's not going to be the loudmouth idiot on the 76ers because they're not going to allow that with him. I think it's LeBron's team. If it's not LeBron's, then it goes to Jaylen Brown. Joel Embiid. It should not be considered Joel Embiid's team anymore. Joel Embiid hasn't been the top guy for the Philadelphia 76ers for a while, in my personal opinion. I just don't respect him as a player like that. Is he good? Yes. The guy just, everything you need from a player, especially a big man when in need, he's never there. Mm-hmm. And I think that alone, all the loudmouth bullshit that he's talked for damn near a decade has just not come to fruition. And now the 76ers are like, well, we went and got 2 guys that are going to make this happen. And Embiid, you need to shut up. And I think he's going to do that because he realizes that he has to take a back seat to LeBron and Jaylen Brown.
I think Maxi's ahead of him. I think LeBron's ahead of him. And I think Embiid is ahead of him, Jaylen Brown. I think he's the 4th option because Maxi has the ball. Yeah, I think it's Max. It was before say LeBron didn't go there, even with Embiid coming back this year, it was Max. They were ready to hand it over to Maxi. You know what I'm saying? Because he is a good player. He's a top player.
Fair or foul? Fair or foul? Do you think Jaylen Brown gets disrespected like Jimmy Butler because they're more of that old school blue collar, hard nosed basketball player of like the 80s, and they don't like that no more?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, you know.
Because I feel like Jimmy Butler got disrespected a lot of years. And that's not saying that Butler's not saying that the media didn't think he was a good ball player. I think they all knew that Jimmy Butler was a good ball player. It's just his style is not flashy. It's that old school, I'm going to run into you, expect contact, blue collar player that we saw in the 80s. Like 80s and the 90s. And they don't like that type of basketball no more.
Definitely fair, because I don't think you'll ever see another Jimmy Butler. Like his prototype, you're not gonna see in the league anymore. You know, I think Jaylen Brown is the closest thing to him. Yeah, there's something to that, you know. There is something to that. Definitely. That's definitely a fair shout. 100%.
Because when you and me were talking about this with Brown, because I think we talked about it before Brown even left to Philly. And you were like, who do you think Boston to stick with? I said they'll stick with I can't believe I'm forgetting his name now.
Jaylen Brown?
No, the Tatum. Other one. Tatum. I said I think they'll stick with Tatum because Tatum is the whole package. He's marketable. He's a pretty boy, got the kid and all that. That's why they held on to him. And that's why the NBA likes him more, is because he's marketable. Jaylen Brown is that old school asshole type of fucking basketball player that they don't like no more. They can't market him that way.
Yeah, I hear it.
No, Draymond's a bitch. I don't respect that man. I don't respect that man one bit.
Sucker punched his teammates for calling them out and shit. That time, man. It's Draymond is. I think Draymond is like mentally ill. I do.
Yeah.
I think he has a screw loose somewhere. Him and Dylan Brooks. I think he's like borderline on Ron Artest, Meta World Peace type shit. Like there's a screw.
Yeah, but Ron Artest could hoop.
Yeah.
Before Ron Artest went full blown crazy, changing the Meta World Peace and all that nonsense. People forget how cold of a ball player Artest was with the Bulls and the Pacers.
Yeah. I hear it. Yeah, man. But big up to the chat, big up to Jat Swagger, big up to Sheldon, big up to everyone locked in. But back to a little bit of football, man. Who's getting sacked first this season? Premier League manager to get the axe. The first Premier League manager that's gonna face the big chop. It's gonna be uncomfortable because not everyone is gonna start well. You know, everyone is looking at the schedule and be like, yeah, I'm getting 15 for 15. Be like, nah, motherfucker, somebody's gonna start slow. And what fan base doesn't have the appetite for a slow start after a certain amount of money spent?
You want a controversial take?
Go on with it.
If he doesn't get any more than what he has right now, and this is what he's going to work with, Unai Emery.
Oh, shit. You don't think there'll be some grace there back of a Europa lost your two best players?
I potentially could see that, but if you look at that squad that Aston Villa has, unless that 17-year-old, that Mijo, the striker, unless he bangs, bro, I don't know, man. I am looking at a real situation where Villa could potentially hit 8th. And if the Premier League doesn't get the coefficient, that means they'll be out of Europe next year.
Yeah. I don't think they're finished. I think they're finishing out. I think they're finishing a good distance out from. I think this year the top 6 actually resets between Arsenal, Tottenham, Man United. I think it resets, and I think Villa will be on the outside looking in because Morgan Rogers. That was the big part of their attack.
And Tielemans.
Yeah, so they lost. Essentially, they lost. You can argue they're 2 best players or the 2 most important players.
Yeah.
Wherever. Onana, I think he had an ACL, knee bust up.
He's done for the year.
Yeah,
he's not coming back to the second half of the season.
Yeah.
You got rid of Rodgers and Tielemans. You brought in this kid Zombie for $60 million, who you're going to hope is going to hit the ground running, which you and me have had this conversation. These Bundesliga players do not normally have a first good year of transition to the Premier League. So you have to take that into consideration. And then somehow you chose Alejandro Garnacho. I don't know how the hell that got chosen. But that's what I mean by when you look at the team. Like, this kid Mijo, okay, if you're going to go 4-4-2, right? Let's say you go Mijo and Watkins up top. You have Kamara, possibly a reject from Spurs and a reject from Bayern Munich, and João Paulinho potentially coming to the team. And then you're still looking at who's going to be the left wing, and then your right wing's John McGinn. I really don't see the goal scoring here. And that's what Villa needs is goals. So I don't know. I could see, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe Unai does get a lapse. This is a good question.
Sean says it's Carrick or Orlando.
I could see Carrick getting sacked. I could see Carrick, Ali at the wheel. Because they know call Ali to come back again.
Because they know that leads to nowhere with the sentiment. Because as soon as they fired Ali, Ten Hag, who they hate so much, still gave him 2 trophies. As soon as Ali left, it's bang bang. But it could be one of them two. That like when the transfer window closes.
I wouldn't be shocked if De Zerbi walked. You're from New York, you know, if he gets one of them Italian hothead moments, that man might be walking out of that club.
Yeah, but we know that he's a hothead. You know what I'm saying? That no one can get. Maybe there's one person in the world that can calm down motherfucking Deserve. We know who that is.
Maybach music.
We got bros. I like that.
Excuse me while I light my spirits. Maybach music.
Big up to E-Rouse, man. Matter of fact,
E-Rouse every time, man.
big up to Broski, Suge as well. Suge in the building. Big bro Suge. Glad to have you back, Broski. Hope you're a good man. Say big up to Aaron and Gianni and all them. Something there. Big up to Suge, man.
How was the time on the island, bro? How was the vacation?
Right, it felt like one long day. I didn't even know what day it was. Like, remember when you texted me and said we're still off? I was like, oh shit, it's Friday.
Hey, that's how it's supposed to be on vacation.
Yeah, I lost track of the days, bro. I was like, yo, what's going on here? I forgot what day it was. No, but I had a very good time, man. I had between the food, the music, the culture, just being away from, just being detached, you know.
Oh, I know the food had to be gas.
It was different, man. I had a ball down there. I'm not gonna lie. So, when my wife asked me, "How was your trip to Japan?" That's the worst shit ever. I can't tell her I had a good time.
Oh, you didn't take her with?
Nah, she stayed. She was in New York the whole time with her in-laws. You know what I'm saying? With her parents and my in-laws, and yeah, so I was like, yeah.
I'm supposed to be going to Italy for like 3 weeks to a month, and I'm how my girl's gonna handle it, because you know that Puerto Ricans and Dominicans are a little possessive, so we're gonna have to see how this goes.
Can you take her for part of the trip?
No,
not the whole thing.
Nah.
Because if you have to take her for the, say you had the option to take her with you, right? Would you take her towards the end or to the beginning?
Towards the end.
Towards the end. Okay.
Towards the end. I might have to put an air tag on my glasses so she knows where I'm at.
Because if you take it towards the end, that can be risky. Because when she gets there and see what you've been looking at or what's been around you, she's gonna be like, "Oh shit," you know what I'm saying? Like, "Oh, this is why you didn't answer your phone at 3:30 a.m. on Tuesday." Mm-hmm. She gonna come with notes, you know. She gonna write down, "Oh, I called him on this day. He answered his goddamn phone."
And she Afro Latina, so you know that meme. Papi, open the door. You tried hitting me with the car. I'm not jacking it. Are you dumb? That's it.
That's bad, you know. Let's see who else is in the building here, man. Yeah, big up to Ross, man. Appreciate that super chat. Big up to Sean. Rogers, Tillman, Onan, and most likely Kanza. That's their spine. Manzabi is injured. Plus, Garnacho. Oh yeah. Listen, yeah, I don't think they get Champions League this year.
No, I don't think so. I honestly don't know if they get. Spurs goal scoring is going to determine where Aston Villa is going to end up. If Spurs can put goals in the back of the net, I think Aston Villa may miss out on European football, if I'm being honest with you.
I think they will be okay with 6. You know what I'm saying? Because that puts them in Europa, and that's right where they want to be, because they're gonna win that. They could get 6.
So who do you think right now, if transfer window closed right now, who's your top 4?
Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Tottenham.
Really? You got Tottenham in the top 4?
Mm-hmm. I told you, man, they're finishing them up 2 of the big 6 clubs. Maybe one, definitely one, maybe 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got us. I got City. I got Chelsea 3rd. I actually have Liverpool in 4th, you know.
I think, bro, Liverpool, that defense is going to be leaky. I swear.
I'm more so assuming that I think Liverpool picks up crazy points once Ekitike is healthy and makes up for some bad results at the beginning of the season. So I think I got Liverpool 4th, but then here's the thing. I got United 5th, and then Spurs, Villa, possibly Palace, and possibly Newcastle, because I don't think Newcastle's project is completely dead, because I do rate Giselle as a manager, but they got 1 game a week again this year, so I don't know. I think it's a dogfight for seventh for that. I think if Villa, if England gets the coefficient, then Villa will be in Europe. I just don't know if it's Conference League or last spot in Europa League. If England doesn't get the coefficient, I got a funny feeling that Villa's either going to just get in Conference League or they're going to miss Europe this year. I just have a funny feeling with that.
I don't think Palace is going to be nowhere near European finishes.
I rate Saj, the new guy they got.
Yeah, but you think they're going to keep Adam Wharton?
They're fighting everybody off. I don't know.
Because if he leaves, they've already lost this.
If he leaves, they won't even finish top 10.
Yeah. So they lost Gahey last year midseason. They lost Lacroix this year. They're in Europa League because they won conference.
Mm-hmm. You know who else is a shout too? Because I like Glasner. I think Nottingham Forest might have a say so in those lower European spots with Glasner at the helm.
Yeah, Forest. Yeah, Forest. If Glasner was still at Palace, I would have been like, okay, because he's won Europa before. He's won the FA Cup. You know, there would be problems to be like, shit, can Glasner really go 3 seasons, 3 different trophies in 3 seasons? I don't think anyone would bet against him because he proved that he could do it. You know what I mean? Big up to Suge, man. I might be sending my missus back to India and not taking her to my hometown. Suge, you can't be typing shit like this on the internet.
Suge is classic, man. I love Suge. He is a classic.
We're going to be looking for him here in a minute. Has anyone seen Suge? You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, she will poison you. If I was a betting man, I would think Alonso, Chelsea is an institution just impatient. And that's the thing. Xabi Alonso, his career choice, like Shane said yesterday, went from the most impatient fan base in Europe to the next most impatient fan base recently in Europe. You know what I'm saying? And the only time we've seen Xabi Alonso under pressure, he only lasted 6 months. He was out the door. And with the signings they've made, I don't see their fans being patient with all that back line and goalkeeper thought, right? I've heard, where is it? Let me see if I can find a video. Let me see if I can find the damn video.
I think Chelsea's making top 4.
Yeah, I do too. But this is what coming out of Chelsea camp. Let me see if I can play this.
Agree with me, Don.
Go on.
You agree with me, Don? Yeah, you think you'll be the one you're closest to Arsenal right now?
Well, I think as it is right now, I think we'll get top 4 in it as it is right now. But to compete, I still want to see a little bit more personally.
2.2 billion pounds spent, compete for top 4. But Arsenal spent 1 billion and we had to win the league. So you see, when I talk to Chelsea fans, I'm not being hyperbolic. That's Greasy Don, a Chelsea fan, the mouthpiece of Chelsea that's strewn with Carefree Lewis and all these men. That's the energy. So imagine smashing our chain to get Morgan Rogers just to finish below us again. What's the point? At what point are we going to put expectations on Chelsea Football Club to win shit? Not to compete, but to win. Because we've been competing.
No. They have to win a trophy this year. For me, Xabi Alonso has to finish 3rd or 4th and walk away with either a League Cup or an FA Cup this year. If he doesn't and he finishes 3rd or 4th, I'm still looking at Xabi Alonso sideways because you were brought in to win more than just what we've been seeing with Chelsea.
Yeah. So when I see these men saying, "Hey, we've snatched your change," you're going to have Enzo, £1 million midfielder, Caicedo, £100 million player. Now you got Morgan Rogers, 100. Like, brother, at some point, the math got the math, and you have to win. The challenge compete. Now, this is the stick that we used to beat Arteta with. You ain't winning. So, like, what's going on, Chelsea? Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how long do you think it is before we ever see them win again? It not even on no like hate and shit. Like honest opinion. Where do you see how long it takes Chelsea to win? Because I honestly don't see Chelsea winning a Premier League for another 5-6 years.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go 20 years. That's like United.
Really? Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna go that long, but okay.
Oh, it's gonna go that long. It's like people forget. Like, because we went 22 years, and 22 years may sound like the modern day fail. Like, people forget, like, Chelsea went 50 years without winning a
Oh
league.
yeah, yeah.
Like 2005 to 1955. Like, this is their territory. Like, people will, unless Chelsea fans believe football started in 2005, they were the worst of the bunch, because Liverpool went 30 years. We went 22. They went 5 whole decades before Roman decided to come in and dump some money into it.
But that's also the other thing, though. Chelsea was never one of the big boys of England.
Right.
Even if you roll back the clock, you ain't nobody saying Chelsea was bigger than Aston Villa or fucking Everton. Not even fucking close.
Yeah.
To back in the day. So that's why I'm wondering, because I agree with you. Because in 5 years, are we really going to be having a conversation about, oh, Chelsea's still building, but they got 7-8 fucking £100 million players? Like, at that point, it's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
You're right. 2.2 billion spent. Yeah, I know they like to say, oh, but we've made 1 point whatever in the sales, so it brings it down. You know, they always like to move the goalpost and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're saying, there needs to be, at a certain point, a real conversation. You've spent 50 million on young players that are nobodies, that have not played big games, and you got 300 million pound players on it. Technically, you could say 4, because if they sold Cole Palmer, they would want 100 million for him. So technically, you could say there's 400 million pound players. If João Pedro has a good year, you potentially then say 5, because they were talking about, if somebody comes in for João Pedro, they want 85 million for him. So it's like, you are right to say that. It's at what point is it now? Okay, Chelsea needs to go back to the Roman days of competing because of how much money is out on the pitch. You're 100% right with that. I'm just wondering, like, if you look at it, if Chelsea had 2 more transfer windows like this, I could see Chelsea fighting for the league in 2-3 years. I don't know if they're ready to do it. I just don't think some of the players they have are ready to go.
Yeah. So I think they're in dangerous waters, more dangerous than they're willing to admit. Because under Roman, they never went 5 years without a league title, right? It's about to be 10. Yeah. Now, United, when I speak to fans of age, and I ask them, because I remember the year 2014 like it was yesterday. Year 2014, I remember the promotions. I remember it. But 2014 was the 10th year that Arsenal went without winning the league title after going invincible, right? So when 2023 came around, I said, that's what I said to United fans. Now, you see how quick 10 years reeled off. And between 2023 and 2026, now you're at 13 years. And you're not closer to the league title than Arsenal or City or Liverpool. So that damn 22 years that you used to banter us for, you were about to step right into that pile of shit. And Chelsea, you're about to step right into that pile of shit where you're going to talk about Arsenal playing shit football while we're playing good football at Chelsea and not winning. Remember Mourinho dealing with the media in 05-06 when the media was like, your football is absolutely stinky. And then Mourinho looks at the media, who plays football? Arsenal, they're 6th. Well, 6th have been Chelsea's default position for the past 4 years. 12th, 10th, 4th, and 6th. Yep. But they play good football. They're not winning shit. So, you know, I think they're further in the water than they're willing to admit, because Roman would never allow this to happen. And here they are. And I love it. Matter of fact, I think United will win the league title before Chelsea. You know, I do.
Cool.
You know, because you know how football goes. But I do think United will hit 20 years. And when they get back on top of English football eventually, you know, Chelsea will still be trying to mold it, because they will be now the longest big club to go without it. You know what I'm saying? Because let's not forget, hey, Liverpool, they had 2 Champions League sprinkled in there in 05 and 2019, but you did do 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So,
but they won League Cups and FA Cups. They picked up some trophies.
Yes. And we did too, but no one credited us for it. They always skip over that and go, hey, you went on a 9-year drought. You know what I mean? So now I would ask the chat, and I would ask anyone who's willing to be honest about it, would you take another year of stinky football and a title than 22-23, blistering football, blitzing football, good football, and win nothing? What are we running? Are we running 22-23 or are we running 25-26? What'll be done, chat? Would you take 22-23 all over again next year, or you want 25-26 when we're showing our pits? Because it's a question that we're gonna have to answer.
See, I would take this again if we go on and win another league because we need to continue adding trophies. But my thing with the 22-23 season is that's all still in context for me because it's like we still would have won. What really fucked us was Arteta's lover boy needs with Jesus. Because if you can't tell me if Jesus isn't rushed back and we rock with Trossard for the 7 weeks that we only won one game, we win the league. If you run that back with Trossard as the false nine for the majority second half. So I don't know. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is about trophies. So yeah, I would replicate 25-26 for the end result. Yeah.
Now, in a perfect world, I get it. The perfect world is play good football and win the league, right?
Yeah.
So as an old geezer, for anyone who's young in the chat, I will tell you, Wenger was here, right, for 22 years as well, right? Oddly enough, 22 years, right? 22 seems to be the running number. Between 1998 and 2004 was Wenger's best years.
Yep.
Right? 98, we were playing blistering football and we were winning titles. From 05 to 2015, we were playing good football, but we weren't winning shit. That was the 9-year drop banter era. No one wants to go back to that because we were playing great football, charging big prices for the Emirates ticket to see good football while not winning. So in an ideal world, you look at the tail end of Wenger's, wasn't great. FA Cup, cool. Now other teams are picking up FA Cups and they're supposed to be impressed for it. That was Wenger's worst period. Wenger's first 6 years, he took 3 league titles away from Fergie.
Yep.
And the ones that he didn't take were 1-point disappointments.
Yep.
The treble in 1999, that was supposed to be ours.
Yep.
We're finishing second back then. We're mad as shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're finishing second in 24-25 and everyone is acting like we did something. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that's where the levels are right now because upcoming season 26-27, if Arsenal Football Club finishes second, it's a disappointment for us. In 25-20, in next season, if Man United finish second, it's an improvement for them. You know what I'm saying? So that we're at a position now where because we stink house a Premier League title, we're able to say certain things to rivals. And I'm like, if the price to play for the shit football is a Premier League title, no less. Not second by a point, not second by a goal difference. We must get the damn trophy. You know what I'm saying? But it is tough to watch, and I get it. But at the end of it, we need to be able to, because I want to get to 20. I want to see we have 20 league titles. I want to be in that conversation. You know, with Liverpool and Man United, to be able to put 20 league titles on the goddamn table. Big up to Sean. I've been saying we will go back to back, but it'd be like pulling out one fingernail at a time. Yeah, death by 1,000 stinky games from Arteta. Big up to the Liverpool Prophet.
Big up,
and
Prophet.
big up to GK with the super chat. Said name 3 MLB guys that's to not hit a home run at home.
I saw this the other day. One of them's is Guerrero Jr. I know that for a fact.
At home.
He has not hit a home run in Toronto yet this season with all the home runs he's had. One of them's Vlad Guerrero Jr. Fuck.
Don't tell me Mike Trout is on this list.
No, Trout's not on the list. It's one guy from the Nationals.
Dominican guy.
I think so. Nunez is the second one. He's on the Nationals, and then the other guy I think is on Tampa. I think it's Simpson. I think it's Simpson on the Rays are the 3 guys. Those are the 3 guys that haven't hit a home run at home.
We're in August.
Yeah,
that's wild. You know, this is like Martinelli numbers.
Yeah. Did you see he didn't want to go?
Yeah,
he doesn't want to go either. They're fucking bum. These motherfuckers are staying here just to get money.
He's on 180, yeah?
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah,
thanks, Chica. I listen, and I think you sent this to me earlier in the day, Chica. If you didn't, I saw it somewhere else. But yeah, it's I was just trying to remember it. No, I can't stand Jesus. Ross. Shout out to Views. Ross, and there was a couple people that like couldn't believe that I went on a rant where I was just motherfucking Jesus and Badius Chile, man. I am not happy about them bums coming to Napoli. Well, Jesus ain't there yet, so we ain't gonna speak it into existence.
Okay. Big up to the Liverpool Prophets. And my top six in order. Liverpool first, Chelsea second, Manchester City third, Manchester City fourth, Tottenham fifth, Arsenal sixth. No, Arsenal fifth, Man United sixth. So that's a good point.
Yeah,
United. I might be biased.
Tottenham fourth. He's got you. City is third.
Yeah. Liverpool finishing first. With no Salah. Van Dijk falling off a cliff. Alisson is no longer the best goalkeeper in the world, or nowhere near it. Frimpong is two ass and cheeks. I don't know, man. I don't know where you get first out of that, but it's all good. Yeah, so you're just banking on scoring teams.
If Iraola fucking wins this league in his first year with Liverpool, I would be very impressed with him to do that.
Yeah, but no, I think we would. I think we win the league.
Fair or foul? Who's actually no? It's not even fair or foul because I think we both agree. Who's more impressive on a first year win, Slot or Iraola? It's got to be Iraola. You got no Mo Salah, who's been the talisman of that team. You don't have the old defense where it was Konate or Joe Gomez was still playing at a decent level for Liverpool like it was with Slot. I actually would think it'd be more impressive if Iraola did it over Slot. Really?
Slot. Yeah.
Oh, because of taking up the mantle from Klopp?
Yeah. And Iraola managed in this league.
Good point.
And
very good point.
Slot is coming from Feyenoord. Ball Dutchman tax all over him for Ten Hag stinking up the joint. And he put Gravenberch in conversations last year or the year before where people were like, hey, is Gravenberch the best? All he did was, I don't know what he said to him, but he completely unlocked them. It's something about coming from a different league and especially when Arsenal were primed to win the league. And Pep was still here.
Right.
Pep is gone now. Pep is gone. Roger could possibly leave. Big up to DJB. My God, for the raid. Appreciate you. But yeah, if Iraola were to do it, he is taking up Liverpool after heavy investment. Right? He's taking up Liverpool after they have broken the transfer window twice, and he's getting those guys on the second leg, right? So Verts may be better equipped to deal with the Prem this year, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
TK coming back from injury might be more equipped to deal with the Prem this year. Slot just came in and was like, hey, Klopp is gone. Now, where do you rank Klopp of all-time managers in the Prem? You think he's
in the Prem or all-time?
Yeah, no, of Premier League. So in the Premier League Hall of Fame, there's a table that says greatest of all-time managers. Fergie's sitting there, Pep is sitting there. Is there a seat with Jurgen Klopp's name on it?
Next to Fergie and Pep? Fuck no.
No. So Fergie and Pep, there's a head table, two head chairs. Fergie sits at one, Pep sits at one. Or does no one sit at that table with? It's the greatest of all-time managers. Does Wenger get a seat?
Wenger gets a seat. Wenger gets a seat in that situation.
There's one table, 6 chairs. Fergie got one, Pep got one, Wenger got the other one. The other two can be vacant, but does Jurgen Klopp sit at one of those chairs?
No,
he doesn't.
No, why?
Ray Klopp was the Premier League great.
No. He blew two Premier Leagues. That's what a lot of people don't talk about with Klopp. He blew 2 Premier Leagues.
I think people don't talk about it because of the points tally. 97 points and 92 points.
Listen, that's all. Okay, well, if we're going to start doing that, then Maurizio Sarri should be in an argument with some fucking managers.
Yeah. I agree.
See, like here, Klopp is not better than Jose Mourinho because what Jose Mourinho did, yes, there was a ton of money dumped in, but he was taking players from every which way to put that Chelsea team together and throw them together. And laid the foundations of what Chelsea eventually became under Roman Abramovich. I'm more impressed with that than what Klopp did at Liverpool. Cool. You made it to what? 3 Champions League finals? You lost 2 of them. Okay, it's against Madrid, and we all know what happens when Real Madrid gets to a final. But you also if Klopp would have won the 2 other Premier League titles that he was supposed to win, we're having a different conversation about Klopp. But he didn't. He only walked away with 1.
Yeah, I hear it.
You could argue when you look at how Slot adjusted Liverpool for the season when he won, you could kind of make the argument that Klopp's brand of football was his own worst enemy because it ran that team into the ground. Yeah, some people are going to say, "Oh, they didn't have the money and all this." Okay, whatever. Either way, when City won the league, I think it was the 98 and 97. I think it was the 98 point and 97 point season. People forget Liverpool was up by 7 points on City.
Yeah, they were. I remember.
They were 7 points clear. They were 7 points clear on City and blew it.
Yeah.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, it was 7 or 6 points. The 93, it was either City got 94 and Liverpool got 93, or City got 93 and Liverpool got 92. Either way, Liverpool was winning the league both of those years, and Klopp blew it. So him walking away with one Premier League trophy, for me, I don't think Klopp is where people are trying to put him at, because he's not better than Mourinho. That's for damn sure he ain't better than Mourinho, and he ain't better than Wenger. Because the same argument that Liverpool fans make for Klopp about he didn't have the money. Okay, well, what would have happened if Wenger would have had the money with all the talent that we had? Give Wenger $300 million the year we're about to sell Robin van Persie. How many more Premier League titles does Wenger have at that point?
Yeah.
If you're walking into that season, you've handed Wenger $300 million, and you know right now off of the previous history that Robin van Persie's staying, and you've added Santi Cazorla and Lucas Podolski and Olivier Giroud to that team, we're winning that league right then and there. So that's number 4. So how many other, and then does Leicester even pull off the victory if we're able to keep Robin van Persie and give Wenger money?
I hear it. No, so the reason why I was asking if Klopp sits at the table.
Real quick, not to interrupt you. And then even before that, look at all the talent that Manchester City won their first title with Roberto Mancini that they took off of us because they were claiming that there was no money. So if you give that money to Wenger even earlier, you still got Kleb, you still got Nasri, you still got everybody else he found in that time period. I think we're being a little disingenuous here I think people are being a little disingenuous when they try to use money as an excuse. Well, Wenger's in the same thing, and Wenger did much more. And when Wenger won, the teams that he was winning around were much better than what he got in the latter half.
Yeah.
Because Manchester United in the 90s have slapped the shit out of all these.
Yeah, they were better than us. They were better than us. They were like some of those.
I'm talking about the competition.
Yeah.
Manchester United in the 90s have slapped the shit out of this league.
Yeah.
They would slap the shit out of this league.
Yeah. They were littered with world-class players. But the point I was trying to make was if Jurgen Klopp was sitting at that table with Fergie and all these men, normally when they leave, when a manager who is goated leaves the football club, there's a huge drop-off.
Yeah.
There wasn't a huge drop-off when Slot came because they won the league, right? He won this league with Slot's players, with Klopp's players, which he can flex, but like, you were here for 8 years and couldn't win with this team. I come here, boom. Right? And even though the points tally was 97 and 92 points, in years, context disappears and no one remembers that. Because no one remembered we lost the 1999 league by 1 point.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, it was just a Man United treble. No one cares. Now, no one cared that we lost the 23-24 league title by 2 points. Like, we just needed Man City to draw that final game. We didn't even need them to lose to Palace, I think, and they still won it. Liverpool, big up to DJB for the raid, by the way. Big up, DJ. Can't wait to share a screen with you again, my friend. Liverpool promised, and I think we can surprise in all seriousness. We got rid of Slot's first season and won, so who knows? Listen, Slot had won a league title in Eredivisie, right? That was the competition. So he know how to get a team over the line. Iraola he's never. So I think Iraola is a good manager at Bournemouth, but at Liverpool he has to show me. That's basically what I'm saying. And the same thing with Xavi Alonso. He has to show me that he can manage. Carrick has to show me that he can, play Real Madrid on a Tuesday night and beat Fulham on a Saturday. That type of stuff. It all adds up. But yeah, he did about 3 league titles, but it's an uncomfortable conversation when you look at the board and you see 97 points and then you call it a bottle job. But yeah, you were up by 7. You were up by 7 and
so with what you were saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm throwing Brian Clough for what he did with Nottingham Forest into that table if we're talking about it.
Yeah.
If you're cutting it off and strictly saying, if you're talking about strictly saying Premier League era, then yes, Klopp is at that table. But if we're taking English First Division football in its entirety, he's not at that table.
No, it's not. I limited to Premier League because the rules were different. Like back, like when Liverpool were dominating, you can only make 1 sub. You know what I mean? So now we have 5, 6 subs. We have water breaks. So I do believe that there's some separation that need to be had there. And the rules were different, right? You could go up 1-0 in
Premier League, yeah. Premier League, yeah, I would say he sits at the table then. Yeah. If it's strictly Premier League era, then yes, he's sitting at the table.
Yeah, because then it's more comparable to the competition versus the 80s and 70s when the game was completely different. You know what I mean? So, because Klopp might be 6 though. But yeah, I mean that is a great question. And if Iraola would do that, I would love to hear what the Liverpool fans would have to say about it. Because then you would have to ask what comes next. Because if Liverpool had finished 2nd this year to Arsenal, I don't think Slot would have been sacked.
I don't think so either. No, he wouldn't.
Right. So even if Iraola manages to do a madness next year, or this upcoming season, the season after that, if he flushes out and he gets sacked, then they both did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
One and done and one and done. So
yeah,
but I don't see it happening. But I think we win the league next year on 90 points. I think we get 90 points next year. I think we lose 4 games, right? 2 at the Emirates, 2 away. I think we draw 6.
I think we lose 6 games.
6. Shit.
I think we lose.
I think we lose 4. I think we lose 4. I think we draw 6 and win 28.
I think we lose 6, draw 3, and win 29.
That still wins the league, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's no. Because the math on mine is 10 games. If we lose 4, we draw 6. That's 6 points. That's 28. 28 times 3 is 84 plus 6, 90. Yeah. I think 90 points wins us the league. So. But as far as style, Klopp is definitely there. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, style-wise, 100%. Yeah, style-wise, if we're keeping it strictly to Premier League era, then yes, Klopp is sitting at that table because he won everything there was to win with Liverpool. It wasn't like he came in and he only won one FA Cup, maybe 2 League Cups, and one Premier League. He won Champions League and was doing well in Europe as well. So as a total all, yes, he sits at the table for just Premier League era. But if it's all-time England First Division, Klopp is getting knocked down a few pegs.
One year winning with Leicester is much more impressive for me than Klopp winning with Liverpool. But the follow up to Ranieri, that very next season. But then again, you can say that he did lose his world class midfielder in N'Golo Kante. That was a big miss, and then Man City came in.
And who else did he lose off that team?
Oh, he lost Mahrez. He lost Drinkwater. Even though Drinkwater didn't play for Chelsea, he was relevant in the mix for that Leicester side.
Did Mahrez leave the next year, or did he stay?
Mahrez left the following year. It was Kante. It was Kante that left Chelsea.
Yeah, Kante left,
which was a big miss.
There was somebody else on that team that left.
Yeah, I'm sure we're missing someone, but Kante was the big miss because he went to Chelsea and won back to back.
Right. I know. I remember Kante was definitely the one. Yeah.
Who do you think is the best manager in the Big 6 currently, lads? Hey, this is it, right? What do we measure about? Because remember when Arteta didn't win shit, it was like, oh, you can't put him in best manager conversations. But last year he finished where every manager wanted to finish first. So by default, he's the only manager of the 20 with a Premier League medal. So there you go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if I
Who is
think
it if you
Glasner,
exclude
I
Arteta?
think pound for pound, Glasner is up there.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Yeah.
pound for pound is up there.
But
listen,
in the Big Six, it's a toss up. Well, it's not really a toss up. It's got to be Xabi Alonso. If you remove Xabi Alonso from Arteta's obviously number one because he's won in England, he's won the Premier League. If you go to the next level down afterwards, it's basically now you're starting to, what do you think is more impressive? Maresco with Chelsea winning a Conference League or Xabi Alonso doing a invincible season and doing the German double?
I think what Glasner did with Palace is more impressive
Yeah,
than winning
but
the
they're
Conference
not
League.
Big Six.
Oh, okay. He said Big Six. Okay, cool.
He said Big Six. I agree with you. Arteta right now is number one out of what's there. I think Xabi Alonso's number two.
Yeah.
Now, if Xabi Alonso comes in and wins the league with Chelsea somehow, then he shoots the number one.
Yeah, definitely. Because then, the CV grows massively.
Yeah.
You know, massively, definitely. How do you guys think Fulham will do this season with Arbeloa and some of those players that he brought in? Think he might get Conference League. Fulham Conference League, I'm here for it. I'd love for it to happen. They
mid-table to bottom half table.
But I don't know, man. I don't know about Arbeloa at all. I think if he was of the level, Real Madrid would have at least given him a chance.
Yeah,
would at least give it. They gave. To be honest, you make good points. It just hurt me as a fan to hear Jurgen Klopp gets dismissed like it. Now, we were only talking about in world football, Jurgen Klopp is like, if Jurgen Klopp announces his candidacy to come back into coaching right now, his phone is going to ring off the hook. You know
100%.
There were clubs that if Jurgen Klopp say, I want to go back in coaching, teams should fire their coaches to hire him.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think he is top draw. But I was asking the question to say that if he sits at the goal table to make a point of who would be more impressive, Slot or Iraola, should Iraola win the league. I hate to bring this up, boys, but Slot deserves a bit of slack after the tragedy in the summer with Diogo. You know what? Slot, I would give that to Slot. But to the Liverpool fans, I would say I didn't hear any of the Diogo thing when you started the season 5 for 5. You won the first 5 games, and it was we're champions, we're resilient because you're scoring goals late, blah, blah, blah. It was only when it came off the rails by the Liverpool fans in general. Not saying you did this, Mr. Prophet, but the Liverpool fans in general, not you in particular, were saying, oh, it's a Diogo thing after it came off the rails.
He gets slack for Diogo, but Jorda's loss had nothing to do with that U-shaped sideways bullshit football you guys were playing.
Yeah, it just looked like he lost the plot and the team quit on him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. And once you lose, like he lost Mo, once he banned Salah, and the Salah had a lot of respect in that dressing room. And once Salah spoke out, the writing was on the wall for him.
Yep.
The fact that no English manager has ever won the Prem is outrageous and criminal. It's an indictment. What's worse, right? This statement or a German manager in the home of football in the English national team? Because if England is the home of football, you shouldn't have to go to a German to try to win you a World Cup. I'm sorry. Now, I know there are people who say that it don't matter, but I can understand it for like a Cape Verde, the smaller nations that can import a football mind from Europe because the highest level of football is played in Europe. But when you call yourself the home of football, you should be able to produce someone who can coach your national team. That's just my opinion. I don't know how it goes about the English pubs, but
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's cool. Like
I think they all agree with that too. I think they agree with all that sentiment too. I think that's a huge indictment on the English coaching quality. And there's no way There's no way that England's putting out as much talent as they have put out in the lower levels in the academies like they are now, where they are playing better football than what we've known the English to play, and there's no managers that are breaking the mold to get through. I mean, if Eddie Howe's the best thing that you're putting forward right now, you really got to question what the fuck is going on over there.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad because I could ask the chat, like, how many Englishmen do you think are coaching in La Liga right now? The answer is 0. There is none. You know what I'm saying? But how many Spanish managers are coaching?
You know, I actually think Eddie Howe could do La Liga for a couple of years.
Yeah, like a Malaga level, or Malaga.
No, I give him the benefit of the doubt of something higher than that.
Sevilla, Villarreal.
I could see him doing a Sevilla, Villarreal, or Real Betis.
Okay.
You know, if they were still, you know what actually would be interesting if they were still at the level that they were at and their owner wasn't such a scumbag. I would honestly like to see like Eddie Howe take a crack at like what Valencia used to be, where they were kind of like that top 4 consistent Spanish team, but they were also fighting on and off for like Copa del Rey's and stuff. I honestly would like to see like Eddie Howe take a crack at like one of those teams, not Atletico, Real, or Barca, but that next tier of Sociedad, Villarreal, Valencia, Sevilla, Betis. I think he could do something with one of those teams.
Yeah. But so Eddie Howe is the best of the lot. Yeah, like we seeing Graham Potter leave Chelsea, leave Brighton, thinking the grass is too greener on Chelsea, and ruin his career, where he could even revive his career at West Ham.
He had to go to Sweden.
Yeah, right. And I don't know. Did you see the story that Roberto Martinez is being linked to take over the Dutch job?
Well, that's Xavi Hernandez took over the job yesterday.
Yeah, I was like, when I saw the link, I was like, why would they?
What has he got on people? What does that bald, ugly, bird-looking motherfucker actually have on people?
I don't know. He might be Chelsea's next manager after they fire Alonso. Is it?
Bro, I'm here for it if he takes over Chelsea. The amount of trolling that is going to get thrown Chelsea's way if he took over would be absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, if they hired Liam Russell, they can hire Roberto Martinez. You know?
Yes. Shout out to Napster, Diary of a CEO Merchant.
Oh, my days. Big up to Sean. Invincible's trouble with Leverkusen for Alonso is much more impressive than listen, Chelsea had no business being in that damn competition.
Yeah.
And I'm saying they were in the competition because they finished 6th. Yeah. And that year they spent most of the year languishing in 10th. And in the end of the year, they won like when the teams are safe and mind them are flying kites in training. That type of shit. That's they racked off a couple of wins, and in a relegation fight, 5 straight wins can send you up the table quickly.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't want to sound like a hater, but I don't care about Maresca. I don't know about Maresca at City. I don't rate man like that. He has they have a title-winning squad there. At Chelsea, he could beat around the bush and say we're not in the title race. He can't do that shit at City. You can't, especially if Rodri stays. You still have Haaland. You have. Is Turkey better than Morgan Rogers?
At the number 10 or left wing, for me, he is
as a footballer.
Yes.
Yes. And one costs 117 million, and one costs what? 30
million euros.
Yeah. So I know that ain't English tax. There ain't no English tax in the world that's about 80 million. You know what I'm saying?
I think with City's a 180 thing. They're either going to be on the money and they're going to be our biggest competition or potentially win the league, or City's going to completely blow up. I think it's one or two. If Maresca goes in trying to be the control freak that Pep was, I don't think none of them guys respect him to that level to allow him to do that, to where City could be a fucking catastrophe. If he goes in there and he says, you know what, I'm not Pep, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to play more direct. Cherokee, you're starting, and I want everybody to force feed Haaland and Haaland just score goals. Then I think we got a problem on our hands with Manchester City if they do that. But if he tries to be Pep 2.0, I would not be shocked if Maresca got sacked because players ain't liking what he's trying to throw out there. I really wouldn't be.
Yeah, that would be absolute madness, man. Yeah, we'll touch on the baseball in a bit, GK, before we get out of here, man. But big up everyone that's locked in. We got 50 people locked in. Listen, Gianni's channel is pinned in the description of the video. Make sure that we are subbing, especially for the people who are new around these parts. Big up to Aaron Glad. Say greetings to Aaron and Gianni. I hope all is well. Big up to you, bro. I totally agree. How can there not be a manager out there that can do a job? Blessings and love. Yeah, man. I only take issue with it because England call themselves the home of football. I can understand smaller nations want to evolve, but when you have the academies in England, the infrastructure,
The
and
money.
you want to
Yeah,
you can't
the money.
produce, there's 20 teams in the top level, and the English teams, man, the English managers manage the worst teams. You know, so you got Spanish men and Portuguese men and Dutch men and French men and like this is crazy. Like, yeah, if Fergie was English, the conversation wouldn't even be a thing. But hey, that's one. 3 to 4 managers have dominated in league history for argument's sake. Yeah, and that's completely true. Bro, England just trash. They talk all the talk before tournaments, and as soon as March of 2028 come home, you're gonna hear Robbie. Is he coming home? Is he coming home for the Euros? You're gonna hear it.
Mancini's back at the helm. Let Italy win in England's backyard one more time.
That's crazy, man. And big up to Adam Elmino. Now, but bro, before we get out of here, man, I have to ask you this. You know, as a fellow Italian of the man that cheers FIFA. UEFA and the other confederations, they're making it a secret that they want him out of there. Right? They were like, hey, we want to get rid of this brother. What do you think of the idea floating around that the next president of FIFA should be a former player?
I think that's what it should be. The problem is that it doesn't matter who you put in as the president of FIFA. Who is really going to be pulling the strings is going to be the people with the big pocketbooks. That's really what the problem here is. The end of the day, you know, we can say whatever we want about Gianni Infantino being a crook and everything else. The problem is Sepp Blatter was no better, you know. So I mean, we're really splitting hairs on this. What I don't like, what Gianni Infantino has started doing, is this whole nonsense of, you know, trying to get money pumped into FIFA even more than it already is for all this other stuff, which I'm just not cool with. As far as an ex-player, no, you got to put a nutcase in there. You know who you put in there?
Who's that?
Eric Cantona. Put a nutcase in there. Put a nutcase in there. Put a nutcase in there.
Oh, Cantona, you know. Listen, I heard Beckham because of his appeal. He's uncorruptible, but no, he owns a team.
Beckham's corruptible.
If you're gonna be
Beckham wouldn't get to where he is commercially if he wasn't corruptible. I'm not hearing that nonsense. Cantona is crazy enough to where he may not be corruptible and could potentially sit in there.
What about who said it in here? Someone said about Wenger. Yeah,
I could deal with Wenger.
This is true. Failing upwards. I don't know how you can't do it, man.
I don't know how you do that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, what about Wenger being president?
I could deal with Wenger. The only thing that still makes me wishy-washy with Wenger, though, is Wenger may be too soft on financial shit, which if you do that crap, you're allowing a lot of nonsense in. The reason why I'm saying Cantona is Cantona stands on business with all the nonsense that FIFA does allow to go on. And Cantona, I personally think, would not be able to do it. That's why I said you got to put a nut job in there. Now, Wenger, overall, I like Wenger to the days where I personally think Wenger should be going back into football as like a CEO, to be quite honest with you, of running a football club. So I would have no problem if Wenger became the president of FIFA.
Yeah. You know what? When I heard it should be a former player, I heard the Beckham shots and I heard people talk about it. And I wasn't completely opposed to it. But like you said, I think Beckham could be corruptible.
Yeah.
What would be a guy who's a former player that's filthy rich that can't get corruptible? Because you remember Flamini. Apparently he's a billionaire now. Like Flamini is rich. He knows the game, former Arsenal. And he went to Milan, didn't he? Yeah, Milan midfielder. I'm saying if he would have my vote as a player, a former player,
Yeah.
who, because he is filthy rich and couldn't be corrupted by the money, to give a chance as a former player. You know what I mean? That's what I would say. Big up to DJB. Stick Zlatan in there and cut it up as he's You're talking about a nutcase advising another nutcase. They be beating up fans in this. Oh, Lord have mercy.
He be hitting them with the jujitsu kicks during the FIFA meetings.
Oh my days.
You think Zlatan would have hit Donald Trump with the jujitsu kick when Trump was there on the podium when he
pushed him off the stage? He would have pushed him off the stage. Yep. Secret Service would have shot him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Secret Service.
They'd have smoked Zlatan in that schnoz he's got.
Yeah, what if the snipers be like hands on pole, hand on pole? They would have shot him because he would have pushed him off the stage. You know, he wouldn't have had that, man. That is bad, you know. But big up to Chike, man. Before we get out of here, I think he sent a super chat here. It says, favorites for the World Series. What happens in MLB in 2027?
I got the Dodgers coming out of the National League, unfortunately. American League. I would have had us for it to be a repeat, but I just got a funny feeling the Yankees are going to crash and burn.
So Tampa? I think the Rays go all the way. But out the National League, I'm picking the Brewers.
The Brewers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Cubs if it ain't the Brewers. See, the thing is with the Brewers, they always show up at this point, but they cool off going to the playoffs and they always screw up.
Yeah,
like even with that, who is that player that was really good on the Brewers?
The one that took steroids, Ryan Braun.
No, not Braun. The other one more recently. The Yelsick.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, Yelsick. See, I don't know, man. I just think the Brewers are a big pretender team. You know who else? Because they actually just got hot and are back in first place. Do not sleep on them damn Houston Astros.
Yeah, I like Houston, but you know that I can't get over Houston and their fuck them. So I'm gonna go with the Brewers, man. Yelsic, designated hitter. I think he is. They have good pitching. I like their relief pitcher. You know, what I mean, Hall. I think he is good. I rate Joey Ortiz at shortstop. I think they have enough, man. I think they have enough. Big up to KG. Listen KG.
I'll be cool with that. I'll be cool with that. Fuck the Dodgers.
Yeah, we need to talk, KG. I need to, hey, get at me, my G. I'm gonna get your number from Catch and send you a message. Yeah, but big you up every time, man. Big up to KG, man. Chelsea fan. I gotta pick your brain. You know, I need representation from the Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? But big up, CC my guy. You know, CC my guy. On the last episode, we talked about who was better for the Yankees, CC or El Duque. You know,
El Duque.
El Duque, man,
showed up more in the clutch than CC did.
Yeah. The Braves are the one for me. Yeah. I like the Braves.
The National League, beyond the Dodgers, is wide open. It's just the Dodgers. Yeah. Now, what do you think about what's going on next year with baseball? If we go into a lockout because these guys are still bitching, keep them locked out for all I care.
Yeah, I could do a year break from the Yanks. Let's reset,
bro. It's not even a break away for the Yanks for me. It's principle. Yeah. You have the greatest workers union in the fucking world. If you and me made it in baseball right now, and we signed an A-Rod contract, a $250 million contract for 10 years, and we both get smoked to where we can't freaking play no more, we still get all that money while retired. I don't know what the hell else these guys are bitching about.
Yeah. Big up to Sean. Who one player you'd have taken from Spurs? Said Modric or Berbatov with a clean touch like Mahrez.
I got one better. Dembele.
Oh, Musa. I would have taken Bale. You know.
Yeah.
I used to go to the pitch, yeah. I used to go to the pitch as a grown man and try to get the ball out my foot and strike it in one motion the way Bale used to do it and still generate power. You know, and I will do it. I will generate the power, but that shit was nowhere near the goal. Or when if it was on target, it had no power. Gareth Bale was the most consistent I've seen that would get the ball from out of under his foot, and before the defender could take that step to get across, that shit was sailing towards the net at rapid speed.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think Gareth Bale loved football. You know, not to say that he would cheat the game or he wasn't out there trying. I just think, you know, he's kind of like Ronaldinho didn't love football. He made us love football. He could roll out of bed after drinking a whole bottle of motherfucking Erkin Jerk and Incredible Hulk and still go cook. You know what I'm saying? Like even Hazard, for example, he's a even better example. Like if he loved football the way CR7 loved football and trained and applied himself, goated.
Do you think CR7 loves football?
Oh, bro. I think he's gonna die on the pitch.
I don't think he loves football. I think he loves what he's doing with football.
Football brings him. You think he loves what football brings him?
Yes.
But even with that, though, that's an enormous amount of discipline.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
You know,
100%.
And I have to rate that.
Yeah. No, I'm not taking that away from him. I think what you're saying as far as I think Ronaldinho, Maradona, those guys that are Mavericks, I think they all love football. I think that it's actually funny because I don't know if I sent this to you, but it was like, you remember the old Jogo Bonito commercials where like the Brazilians would be juggling in they said Brazil was way better when the guys were alcoholics, womanizers, drug
cocaine addicts and shit. Yeah. I hear it, man. Guardiola takes Bournemouth from near football league exit to liquidation to the Prem. I'm not sure what you mean there. Harf, big up. Where was it? None of the GOATs like Zidane, Platini, Messi, Ronaldinho ever played at that English First Division Premier League era. The only one who is truly worth mentioning is George Best, and that's developable. Oh, that's a good shot.
Got a good point.
A good shit. CR7 loves his ego.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what powers him. You know, that's what drives him. I just you know, that's what I think.
I think as soon as he hits 1,000 goals, he's retiring.
Yeah. I think as long as Messi is still playing, he's playing. He is not one to want to sit at home and see anyone celebrate Messi when he can't respond. You know, I think Messi is, as long as Messi could be out there with a walker. He's gonna be out there with a walker.
He'll have burner accounts like Kevin Durant.
Yeah. I think he really does that. But yeah, big him up, man. So hey, man, big up to Gianni people. Love for everyone that came in. Make sure everyone is subscribed to Gianni and all them something there. Tell the people what you got coming up, man.
Gianni Talks CalcioTV. We may try to squeeze in a early morning call-in show tomorrow. It won't be a long one, but we may try to squeeze one in tomorrow. If not, we may be doing a City A show Monday to get ready for the City A season that starts next weekend. So got a lot to talk about. You know, people are getting hyped because Napoli beat some Greek teams 6-2. Don't believe it. I'm not believing in Allegri, but yeah, we'll be having a call-in show coming up, and definitely a City A show. We are in conversation with the legend Shane Gooner about a weekly show because Shane is a big City A fan, that we will be doing a weekly show covering both City A and the Premier League. So we will see with that. But yeah, definitely a City A show, definitely a call-in show. And like always, people, every Friday when me and my bro are around the leagues, we'll be here.
Yes, sir. And next week we will be going over. We'll hit some more NFL topics next week because as we get closer to the NFL kickoff, we'll have a better idea what the NFL is going to be like. So, people, like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.